Hughes Blog and Grill.
You know, one of the things that really struck me from the Now Revolution was the line, social media is not about logos, it's about people.
Sure.
And then I just saw this natural extension from your statement in that book into Youtility.
That's right. Yeah, absolutely. In fact, we do a lot of that work on the consulting side, and I'm also on the board and investor in advocate.com, advocate.com, which is a software package that helps companies do that. Look, ultimately, your primary connectivity point with your customers or prospective customers will not be your official company Twitter account or Facebook page or YouTube channel. If you think about the number of employees you have and the number of social connections that your employees have, it's massively larger than the number of connections your company has.
Right.
And so being able to decentralize your social media and humanize the brand, not just by making the official Twitter account read like a person, but actually getting your employees to participate, to me, that's the next stage of evolution. You're seeing some companies do that already. Dell does it well. IBM does it well. There are others out there. But that sort of how do you turn employees into social ambassadors, even if they're not in marketing?
Yeah.
That's the next stage.
And I guess everyone has always been in marketing, whether it said that on their business card or not. They did represent the brand or the company. And
now we really have the tools and the venues to actually back that up. Of course, everybody's always been in marketing. Any one of your employees has the ability to plus or minus your brand by their actions, either on behalf of the company or just, hey, this guy's a jerk on our little league team. I don't want to buy from those guys, right? It has an impact on brand perception.
Yep.
But now with social media and Twitter and Facebook and LinkedIn and all that, that dynamic of your employees being able to gain or lose you customers is really accelerating.
Yeah. Now, one of the things that comes out in Youtility is that this is an incredible number. In 2010, people needed 5.3 items or data points, information points to sources to make a decision, a purchase decision. And only 1 year later, that figure had doubled to just over 10. So what's up with that? Why are people gathering more and more before they make a decision?
Yeah, it's a huge linchpin to the thesis for the book. I mean, there's three facets of Youtility that I talk about in the book, and the first one that you're referencing is self-serve information, that you have to manifestly over-inform customers like never before because they're kicking the informational tires in ways that were unthinkable not that long ago.
Right.
I believe that we consume more information now before purchase, not because we're more uncertain of how we're spending our dollars or we're risk adverse, but because we simply have more information. Now that everybody is connected all the time via smartphones or tablets or more portable laptops or wearable computing or whatever it comes next, why would you not look stuff up? Like today, if you make a bad purchase decision, right? You buy a bad car, bad condominium, bad sweater, bad chicken sandwich, bad software package, you're just lazy.
Yeah.
Because all the information you need to make a good decision is literally at your fingertips, and consumers have completely figured that out. So if your business isn't providing some of those 10.4 sources of information that people need on average before buying, they're still going to get 10.4 sources.
Right.
But where they're going to get those sources may not be very complementary to your cause. Right. So you've got to continue to sort of play that game. And what I tell corporations in particular when I talk about this, and this is a little bit of an overstatement of fact for effect, but it's not too far from the actual truth, which is if somebody has to call you to buy from you, you're doing it wrong.
A friend of mine, awareness is kind of so cool because it's like we as consumers, we don't trust institutions anymore. We don't.
Yeah.
So references have come way down into our group of peers, our friends, and how's that affecting purchase journeys then, even including B2B?
Well, it's the reason why we need to be more useful in how we market our businesses and how we behave. I mean, we keep our friends close and our family members close because we have a kinship with them, an affinity, and that affinity is based on trust and it's based on usefulness. Now, most of our friends some of our friends are deadbeats, but some of them are useful. And and those that are useful, we keep close. Like everybody knows the guy who has a truck, right? You know that guy because he has a truck and he's useful if you have to move something, right? So your business can be the guy who has a truck by being useful, by providing information and resources in a relevant context that customers and prospects genuinely want to receive. And when you do that, when you position your company as a provider of resources that matter, people tend to treat you similarly to how they treat friends and family members. They keep you close. They go to your website and they bookmark it and they get on your email newsletter and they follow you in social media and they advocate on your behalf. And all the things that we do for our friends, we do for companies that are useful. I mean, we crave useful things, but somehow businesses have said, well, we can't be useful. We just have to continue to be promotional and throw ourselves upon you in a bunch of different media.
Yeah, it's amazing. Brenner says, we need to cross the line from enablement to encouragement.
Yes.
And I think you might even quote that in Youtility.
Yes, his case study's in the book.
Okay, so where's Michael coming from on that?
Well, he's got an interesting scenario because he realized that his organization needed to create more useful content. And they set up a structure, a blog by which employees could be more useful, and in so doing win a greater share of attention and a greater share of loyalty.
Right.
But as it turns out, a small percentage of his team at SAP actually did that. And so what Michael advocates, and I don't disagree, is that you can't just build it and say, well, start blogging, people. Mm-hmm. You have to actually encourage people and really hold their hand to make that happen. I mean, at the end of the day, if somebody really wanted to be a blogger, they'd already be a blogger, right? They would have figured out a way to do it themselves. And so you're dealing with fence sitters in the organization, and the way that you get people to get off the fence is not to build a longer fence. Right? It's to actually grab them by the hand and pull them off the fence and then show them what lies on the other side. And that's where he's at today.
Yeah, very cool. Is there a Midwestern type of sensibility that's needed on the web and in social marketing that, it is that caring and sharing helpfulness?
It's an interesting question. Nobody's ever asked me that, Alan. I don't want to categorize an entire region of the country necessarily, but I would say all companies would be better off reducing the hype and increasing the help.
Right.
But that again requires a mindset shift, not just a marketing tactic shift.
Gotcha. Jay, it's been super to talk to you today. I really appreciate you coming on the show, and I know our viewers do. And we wish you all the best, and I can't wait for the next book.
Oh, thanks. I don't know. The next one may be the death of me, but we'll see. We're actually working on a series of ebooks around Youtility, so people should watch for that. We're going to start doing a bunch of ebooks about this concept for specific industries. So be on the lookout. First one will be out first part of next year.
Oh, excellent. Well, viewers, we're going to have 12 copies of Jay's book Youtility signed. And we'll be offering those as a promotion.
It's weird that they're not signed by me. They're just signed by people. It's gonna be amazing.
No, we'll get you on camera. We'll get you signing them, and
visual proof, right?
Visual proof. And so anyway, we'll be putting that promotion up later on. Not that we're hyping it, but
it's okay.
But reading Jay Baer is very helpful. So Jay, once again, thanks for joining us. See you.
My pleasure. Thanks a lot.
Bye-bye.
Bye.
AQ's Blog and Grill.